and turned gold, now the stories unfold. From dial-up dreams to LinkedIn kings, he taught the world how to build through strings. It's the Max Method, no guessing, just growth. 4 steps deep, he's coached them both. Top earners, big burners, trainers, and pros. Max lit the fire, now everyone knows. Started with a spark, now the blueprint's live. Thousands trained and they multiply. From Facebook chats to LinkedIn leads, he plants the seeds, then watches them succeed. Mentor to coach is the guide for the great. Author, speaker, shaping fate. You don't just follow Max, you duplicate. That's how legends elevate. It's the Max Method, built to last. Social selling, scaling fast. Calling the father the go-to name. Max Steingart, he changed the game. It's the Max Method, built to last. Social selling, scaling fast. Calling the father the go-to name. Max Steingart, he changed the game. Max Method, built to last. Social selling, scaling fast. Calling the father the go-to name. Max Steingart, he changed the game.
Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to our special Wednesday night broadcast. And I want to welcome all of my friends that are watching this on Facebook or LinkedIn or on my YouTube channel. For those of you that are going to end up watching it tomorrow, sorry you're not here tonight. And for those of you that are students that are on this Zoom session, buckle up. That's all I can say. Because tonight we're going to talk about AI. Artificial intelligence, and we're going to add a little spice. Artificial intelligence can do all kinds of things. The music that you heard coming on here was all created by AI. A program went over to my website, picked up all the information, everything that I've done, wrote a song. And then another AI put it to music. Back in the 90s, cracked the AOL code. Text and turned gold, now the stories unfold. From dial-up dreams to LinkedIn kings, he taught the world how to build through strings. It's the Max Method, no guessing, just growth. 4 steps deep, he's coached them both. Top earners, big burners, trainers, and pros. Max lit the fire, now everyone knows. Started with a spark, now the blueprint's live. Thousands trained and they multiply. From Facebook chats to LinkedIn leads, he plants the seeds, then watches them succeed. Mentor to coach is the guide for the great. Author, speaker, shaping fate. You don't just follow Max, you duplicate. That's how legends elevate. It's the Max Method, built to last. Social selling, scaling fast. Calling the father the go-to name. Max Steingart, he changed the game. It's the Max Method, built to last. Social selling, scaling fast. Calling the father the go-to name. Max Steingart, he changed the game. Can you imagine that? Artificial intelligence. Now, I love it
when my friends, old students come back, I got to say hello to somebody. Sandy Cohen, I knew you were going to be here. Now, Sandy and I go way, way back. How are
Way
you?
back. Don't give away our age.
No, Sandy, but I was just curious. So how cold was it up there?
Where we are,
Yeah,
Ed played golf today, so it wasn't too bad, but it's been really chilly, like 30-ish in the mornings.
yeah. Well, it was, we had a low of 30 down in Miami, and all
Yeah.
I could think of were my friends, further north. But I'm really glad you're here. And
I'm
I've
so in
introduced.
sync with this AI stuff. It's almost frightening when I get up in the morning and go to my chat GPT and how did you sleep, Sandy? Ed was on his chat GPT and she said to him, and how's your wife Sandy today? It's like, oh my gosh, this is crazy.
It's wild. It's absolutely wild. And I got to tell you something, buckle up because there's a lot more coming. So I'm glad to see you. I'm going to try to reach out to you tomorrow, we'll talk and catch up. Now, artificial intelligence, AI. I want to clear the air about a couple of things. We have a lot of students on here that are registered for the February boot camp. So I want to talk about how artificial intelligence and bots work together. There's an AI shift that's leaving 90% of the network marketers behind. And my friends, if you don't tune into this, you're toast. So let's deal with a couple of basics. What's a bot? A bot is short for a robot, and it's a software application programmed to perform automated, repetitive tasks over the internet, often mimicking human activity much faster and more efficiently. And the last time I looked, you blink, more bots are coming up. Last time I looked, I found 30 bots. Now, bots operate without direct human input after being set up, handling everything from indexing web pages to stimulating conversations or spreading malware, making them a huge part of internet traffic. There's good and there's bad. So what's the difference? Bots, short for robot, are automated programs that perform specific tasks. Think of them as a digital worker that follows instructions. You give it the instructions. And the more detailed, the more specific instructions you can give it, the better it's going to perform. AI, artificial intelligence, it's the brain that can learn, understand context, make decisions, and improve over time. And when you combine them, you get smart bots that don't just follow rigid scripts, they actually understand and adopt. So how do they work together? Traditional bots without artificial intelligence follow if-then rules. If someone says X, respond with Y. Can't handle unexpected questions, break easily when people go off script, and require constant manual updates. Now, AI-powered bots understand natural language and intent, learn from conversation. It's scary what they learn. Handle unexpected questions intelligently, not perfectly, but better than bots without AI. They improve automatically over time. The more you use them, they evolve. And they can personalize responses based on context. And again, they're constantly improving. So here are real world examples in network marketing. You got social media engagement bots. What do? They automatically engage with posts and messages, make comments. How AI helps, they understands context so comments feel natural, identifies ideal prospects based on behavior patterns, and avoids spam-like behavior. We're starting to see examples on LinkedIn where people are reaching out using my scripts, and people are writing back and they're going, "Are you a bot?" I don't know how many of you have gotten those recently. Chatbots for lead generation and qualification. What do? They have conversations with prospects on your website or social media pages. They work on Facebook, they work on LinkedIn. So how does AI help? Understands questions in plain language, asks smart follow-up questions, and determines if someone is a good fit for your business. So LinkedIn and Facebook have outreach bots. What do? They send connection requests, follow-ups, and messages. How does AI help? It crafts personalized messages based on profile information, determines optimal timing, learns which messages get responses, and they also create content. What do? They generate posts, emails, and marketing content. So how does AI help? It creates content that matches your voice and style, adapts messaging based on what resonates with your audience, suggests topics based on trends. So how does this technology actually work? Here's the basic flow. First, data input. The bot receives information. You give it the message, the profile, a comment, and then AI processes it. It analyzes the data that it's using. And there's what they call natural language processing, NLP. Understands the human language. You know, for 26 years, I've been teaching all of you the Socratic method of selling. Talk to a person, learn about them, qualify them by asking natural questions. Well, now NLP is coming into the fold. And so the Socratic method of selling is now being referred to as neuro-linguistic selling or neuroselling. And the bottom line is you can train AI and a bot to recognize specific responses and act accordingly. Machine learning recognizes patterns from past interactions. I tell my coaching students all the time, the more you do this, the more obvious everything happens, everything becomes. And that's why over the last, I would say, 7 or 8 months, I've seen faster results. My coaching students have they're breaking records. Contextual analysis considers the situation and the history. Decision making. The AI determines the best action based on its training. You are responsible for its training. The better information you provide the system, the better you're going to do. Action output. The bot executes the decision, spends the message, makes a post. And there's a learning loop. The AI tracks results and improves future decisions. Well, so what are some of the common AI bot tools for network marketers? You're supposed to have an advanced bootcamp training last month. And when I started to put it together, I mean, I was blown away by what I uncovered. And since there was no way for me to really get everybody the information they wanted and needed, I've delayed it and look for a notice from me before the end of the week of when we're going to reschedule it. Now for LinkedIn, you have DuckSoup, Expandy, Linked Helper that automates some features. You got ChatGPT and Claude for message personalization. You got AI tools for profile optimization. And for Facebook, you've got ManyChat AI chatbots for Messenger. You've got ChatGPT, and you got Claude for content creation, and you've got social listening tools. And for general marketing, you got ChatGPT and Claude and other AI assistants for content. And again, I was going to try to cram information on 14 different chatbots, and I pulled back on that. And we're going to focus on ChatGPT and Claude. Email automation with AI subject line optimization. I mean, literally, you could ask your automated part, how should I label my subject line? They'll even write email for you. AI-powered CRM systems. So for those of you that have large databases, they're building automation into everything, even Zoom. So here are some very important warnings. And I can't stress the importance of this information. Well, here's the good. It saves massive amounts of time. It handles routine tasks 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. What I like about it is you could actually name your own chatbot. And some of my students will come up with some pretty crazy names. Personalizes at scale. The more you use it, the wider your audience becomes. You can continually personalize it, and it provides data insights. The risks, platform violations. LinkedIn and Facebook have strict rules against automation. And I can't stress this enough. I've had 3 students that have been on LinkedIn for a long time. 2 of them had close to 30,000 connections, lost their account. The third one had something like 22,000 connections. Got up one morning, went over to LinkedIn, tried to get on. Their account's not there. Went and tried to connect with LinkedIn to find out what's going on, and they got a notice violation of our terms of service. Got to be very, very careful. Account bans. Aggressive bot use can get you banned. And let me just come back to, I remember when Sandy and I started working together, she went crazy with LinkedIn, and I mean, literally got knocked off. I think it was like sent out 700 connection requests, over the weekend, and we ended up, writing back and apologizing, and they let her back on. Relationship damage. Over automation feels personal. If you are sending messages to people that they can't relate to, then people start to ignore you. And trust issues. People can tell when they're talking to a bot. Unfortunately, some of the scripts that we have, they're all fabulous. And they're all really based on solid strategy and solid understanding of how this whole process works. But there can be an issue when people get the same message from a lot of people. That's one of the reasons why you want to alter it just a little bit, personalize it a little bit more. There's a reason that during our AS Max sessions and during boot camps, I'll jump into someone's account and I'll send them a message, and boom, they write back right away. They write back right away because you're important to them. They write back right away because they enjoy communicating. So the best practices for using bots with AI: Always disclose when using automation when appropriate. Now, it's gotten so rampant that the Federal Trade Commission has issued stern warnings about the massive use of clones, robots, and if you're going to be doing a lot of marketing on Facebook, or for that matter, it could be Instagram, it could be TikTok, same thing can happen. You can literally get shut down. You want to use AI to enhance, not replace human connection. When you communicate with people, it's got to be personal. Now, you could train a robot to look for specific words, specific phrases that will help tie them together. But there's a lot of slippage there. You can start conservative. Don't max out automation limits. And we've seen that over the last 120 days in boot camp, where a lot of people have gotten started and they're brand new. And because they're brand new, they're literally restricted on how many connection requests they can send. And so what we've started to do, and during boot camp, you'll hear me and watch me, I'll share links of profiles of students that are new. And I'll ask you to just reach out, send a connection request, which helps legitimizes with LinkedIn that you're a real person. You want to personalize everything. Even automated messages should feel personal. And that's not really hard to do. You want to monitor everything regularly. You want to check what your bots are doing. And you want to stay within platform rules. And in our upcoming bootcamp, we're going to go over some of those rules, because the last thing that you want to see happen is you get up in the morning, you try to get into your account, and boom, you can't get in. And it's not that easy to get those accounts resurrected. As a matter of fact, I have a staff member now, and that's all she does is help people get reinstated. Test and refine. AI gets better with feedback. For those of you that watched some of our demonstrations over the last week and a half, where we had ChatGPT create photographs, improve photographs. You go back and you give it direction. You tell it what you need, what you want. No, I don't want this. No, do this, do that. And it gets better. So here's the bottom line. Bots with AI are powerful tools that can help you scale your network marketing business, but they work best when they support genuine relationship building, not replace it. And you can tell when you get messages. LinkedIn, I think, has great automated systems, but at the same time, when it comes to reaching out to people that you're not connected to, that you don't know, they follow a formula that's not the best. So you want to think of AI and bots as your assistant who handles the repetitive work, finding prospects, the initial outreach, follow-ups, and while you focus on the high-value human interactions of building trust, closing, and monitoring. So think about this for just a second. When you're reaching out to someone, you have a basic first message. Now you could automate that. And when they accept, we got a second message. Well, you could automate that. The third message, where you reach out and start and engage the person on the other end in a conversation, to a certain extent, you can automate that. In other words, if somebody has the open to work frame around their picture, well, it's a genuine question. Why do you have the open to work frame around your picture? Now, some of these people are going to have an open to work frame because they're personal trainers, or they're coaches, or they're fitness instructors, and they are what? They are looking for clients. And then a lot of them have the open to work frame because they're looking to make a change. And a review of the contents of their profile will let you know what it is sometimes. The key is finding the right balance between automation and authenticity. Now, for years, I've used this popular image that describes the evolution of man. And 3 years ago, it changed with the introduction of AI. And I waited a year before I launched MaxGPT. And I took all my scripts and all of the information that we cover in boot camps, and we loaded it in there. So if you wanted to ask it a question, it was like you could ask me a question and it would answer you, and it would tell you what you wanted. But there was no microphone. That technology shows up 11 months after we launched MaxGPT. And so I've got 2 engineers working on the new release of MaxGPT, which is going to provide everybody with a microphone and add a lot of these new features. So for those of you that are subscribing to MaxGPT, it's coming. It's coming. In fact, there are a lot of things that is coming, or a lot of things that are coming. And frankly, just like, years ago, when I released my first Endless Free Leads program, for the people that applied it, some of my good friends became $1 million earners in network marketing while they were building a business on AOL. 3 years ago, it changed. And now AI is making a difference. And yet, 90% of the people in network marketing don't have a clue. Now, the list of major chat bots include ChatGPT. You've got Claude. These are the 2 that I strongly recommend you use. You got Google Gemini. You got Perplexity. You have Microsoft Copilot. Everywhere you turn around, they're loading AI into it. Grok, Hugging Chat, QuenChat, Pi, Meta AI, and Poe. And there are more. Now, the longer you're not taking action, the more money you're losing. If you're not talking to 10 to 15 people every day, well, the best prospects that would get into your business are signing up with other people. ChatGPT and Claude are amazing. I have to tell you something. I started with ChatGPT, and one of my good friends, who again came back after years, Brent Bryson over in New Skin, is all over AI. And in fact, we're actually collaborating on a project together. Everybody wants my scripts. Today, you can use AI and bots on LinkedIn and Facebook to start better conversations with prospects, to attract more serious business builders to you, and enroll reps and customers faster than ever before. And in many cases, you can do it while you're sleeping. Using AI and bots with my 4-step formula makes it simpler, easier, and faster to enroll people from LinkedIn and Facebook. And again, there's certain principles that never change. And that is quality over quantity. You're going to use these chatbots. You're going to use these systems to filter out the people that you don't want to talk to. Follow my systems, teach them, watch the power of duplication work for you. So as soon as you bring somebody into your business, Whether you're using Facebook, whether you're using LinkedIn, you can almost immediately have them take 5 or 6 steps with their profile, and boom, they're engaged in talking to people. Create a page, connect with people, communicate with them, and close. 4 C's. Hasn't changed 28 years. A system plus duplication is what is going to turn your business into a massive organization. The magic of network marketing is it's simple, it's teachable, and it's repeatable. And what's happening with the proliferation of these chatbots going to change the industry. And yet, most of the network marketing companies that are out there today are still teaching the same old bullshit. Make a list of your friends. You want to be successful in this business, make a list of 100 people that you know and go out and tell your friends about it. And that's turning off a big section of the public. And we are giving you a series of scripts in our upcoming boot camp. We've got case studies that demonstrate how easy it is to identify the people that you want to continue to talk to from the people that you don't. And this morning we gave a demonstration of someone who reached out to a person and the person said, no, I just don't see myself doing that. Why? Because he'd gone to meetings, he'd gone to events, and the whole meeting, the whole event was all about pushing your friends, to buy this stuff. He didn't want to do that. And yet he was a very successful retail trainer and manager. And when you looked at his resume, you're, oh my God, this guy's phenomenal. And he was familiar with, I think he listed four companies. He'd been to events, and people react to what they experience. And when we talk about duplication, again, they ask themselves while they're being pitched, is this something that I can see myself doing? Do I want to invite people to a hotel where they are going to get slammed, where they are going to get pushed? No. And yet there are people out there on Facebook, on LinkedIn, who have tried network marketing before that will come back if they like you, if they trust you, and if they believe you know the better way to do it. So if you haven't registered yet for boot camp, it starts tomorrow night. And we're including new scripts book. I spoke to my technical people today, and they promised me the new book will be loaded and ready for everybody tomorrow. So if you've been on the site, it's getting loaded up tomorrow. We also we're providing 6 case study texting examples that you'll be able to download that demonstrate line by line what it takes. And the beautiful thing is you could actually copy those and pop them in your own chatbot, and it'll work. We also have providing everybody with 660 motivational gifts to build relationships. Additionally, we're going to show you how to elevate your profile with creating avatars. And the examples that you see here were all created with ChatGPT. For those of you that are participating in the 90-day challenge, 3 boot camps, we're still taking reservations for that. And for those of you that registered for the advanced training, we'll have an announcement later this week, probably on Friday or over the weekend, as to when we're going to reschedule this training. It was initially supposed to be 3 sessions. and I'm trying to keep it under 4. But there's so much. Now, what I want to do is let me jump over. Let me look. We got any questions here? I thought I saw questions. Okay, and so let me go over here. I just want to make sure you can all see the screen. ChatGPT came up. Is that what you're looking at? Okay. All right. So the things that you can do, just as an example, with images, came down here. These are some of the images that, I mean, literally, we took pictures and redid them. You can literally put yourself any place. Now, the picture of me on this sailboat, for example, um, that's a current picture. In the last 6 months, oh no, yeah. In the last 6 months, I've lost 50 pounds. 50 pounds. That's me. And that's me imprinted on a photo of me when we won the Super Bowl regatta. There was 700 boats, and we came in first, and I was basically, that's the way I felt, but looks like it happened yesterday. There are all kinds of things that you can do. Again, put yourself up there, put yourself in places to give yourself maximum credibility without being deceptive. And my good friend George Ruiz, who is now, he's been a 6-figure earner in his company. He's in his 6th network marketing company, and 20% of the business, 20% of the distributors in the company are in his organization. And, and so again, we put George, San Francisco, took his picture. That's that's Brent Bryson. George and Brent, both divorced, and in May I'm going to Houston. This is the tactic and the strategy that what you do is you take your image and get a background of the city, and you start posting. Looking forward to meeting all of my friends or my business partners in Houston in May. As soon as you know where you're going, and that creates curiosity. Well, what's the business? And there are some things that you can do. We had one. Whoops, did I go the other way? Anyway, so this is just one of the things that you're going to be able to go. You're going to be able to do. I'm going to pop over here to Facebook, and I'm going to bring up. I'll do it this way. I'll bring up George. All right. Now, come over here to the message. And just to give you an example, I'm gonna make them bigger. All right. So literally, you can clone yourself. And I'm only been into this now for about 5 weeks. And it blows me away. So for example, this is George, but it's not George. It's George's clone.
People say money doesn't bring. People say money doesn't bring happiness, but it definitely gives you a big smile.
And for videos in ChatGPT, you're going to use Sora. Again, all images modified and created by ChatGPT. Whoops. And so this is the thing that you absolutely want to avoid. And the more you do it, you know, the better you get. For example, this was a before and after. George is walking down the street and he transitions from the summer to the winter. Now, I've done this a couple of times. I've actually put myself, I mean, I'm sitting here in my office and I'm being recorded, only I put myself on a sailboat anchored in Fort Lauderdale. But I'm in my home office. George here put this thing together, and what he forgot to do or neglected to do was, if you're going from summer to winter, you want to put snow on the ground.
Long Island is so cool. But not in the winter time.
I mean, all of these clones.
Ourselves.
Walking here with you makes it even better.
I'm glad you came with me.
Me
Look
too.
out there, see that? The way the sun hits the water?
It's like molten gold. Beautiful.
Almost as beautiful as the company.
You're sweet.
Come on, let's see where the tide takes. This place. Second, connecting. Third, presenting. Fourth, follow up are the secret to your success. Here's to it. Hi, I'm at the Fresh and Sip. First, working your list. Second, connecting. Third, presenting. Fourth, follow up are the secret to your success.
Get the power with Kinetic.
Your only limit, your imagination. Turn yourself into a rock star.
As our performer takes the stage with rock history itself watching.
And this one, product promotion.
Side effects, but that's changing. GLP-3 is part of a new revolution, supporting cravings, weight, and muscle health naturally, without injections. This is the future of feeling good in your body. For years, wellness meant extremes.
Now, if you notice, and it's very subtle, with the image, the drops they look like they're going in her mouth, but they actually dribble down her chin.
injections, side effects, but that's changing. GLP-3 is part of a new revolution, supporting cravings, weight, and muscle health naturally without injections. This is the future of feeling good in your body. For years.
Now, again, you get into this area, and what you're looking at is, especially when you start posting and promoting products and everything, the Federal Trade Commission is getting very, very strict on letting people know that it's not you, it's a clone. The whole world is changing. Craig, I'll reach out to you. I'll check my schedule. We'll either do it tomorrow or Friday. Apologize for today. I got completely wiped out and jammed. Now, let me come back over here to LinkedIn. And it's the same thing. So let me just take a look at some of the folks that are here. Well, let me make sure. We're sharing the right screen. Okay, so I'm just going to scroll down here and let's look. All right, so we'll look at Tom. And so I can see that you come back down here and I can see that you haven't been very active on here. You've only got 688 followers. All right. Now let me demonstrate something. We'll take your picture. And I'm going to pop over here to Max GPT, Chat GPT. Pop that. It's me. We want you. The ability to give yourself credibility. Let me see what it comes up with. Now remember that when you change your picture, the activity that is generated, people react. Let me All right, let me pop over here. Now, so this is what it came up with versus this, although your picture is not bad. But what we could do is we could say, take the original picture. Okay, so let's say, for example, well, that's not. And so the bottom line is image important. So in boot camp, we're going to show you how to do this. And in each part of boot camp, we're going to be introducing the use of AI on a limited basis because we have a lot of information that, you know, we want to cover. Now, actually, it's not a bad picture. How does this compare to this? We could say, take the original picture. Let's knock 20 years off your age. The amazing things that you can do. This is just the first part. Okay, so you say you're a big chat GPT user on Facebook. But at the end of the day, now, one of the things that, see what you post, it's for one purpose, is to get people to engage and respond. All right. So at any event, let me just say this, that what LinkedIn and Facebook are going to do for all of you. For those of you that have been on LinkedIn for any length of time, let me come back over here to Sandy. All right. So Sandy, right now, well, that's you know, as far as the picture is concerned, it's a matter of personal choice. You can change your picture or not. You could leave it the way it is, but putting up a different image again creates curiosity. And you could admit, hey, you know, I just made this with an avatar. What do you think? So Sandy, you are connected right now. Right now you're connected to 20,000 people. Okay. And now a third of those people, believe it or not, are still prospects, active prospects. All right. Now the way it works is you go back over to your network. Now I've got 11,000, you've got 20, but the process is still the same. So if I look at my first level connections, and let's say I decide that I want to reconnect with people that are into health and wellness, fitness instructors who have a circle of influence. Come up here. Whoops. Fitness instructors. Right. So these are the fitness instructors that I'm directly connected to. So let's take Laura here. She's in Fort Lauderdale. I go over and look at the message, and she's online right now, but we've never talked, but she's online right now. We go over and take a look at her profile. We've been connected since 2015, 11 years, but we've never talked. At least a third of the people that you are all connected to, a third, are still viable prospects. The other feature that LinkedIn has some new features that is going to make it easier for you to connect with people. And so in our regular boot camp, we have the 4 basic processes: create, connect, communicate, and close. That's going to be our principal focus with a little taste or a little touch of AI in each one of these categories. The advanced training will really dive deeper into it. My friends, you can't afford to ignore it. It's going to be a game changer. And the thing is, and what I want all of you to do that are already in boot camp, I want you to take a look at the, let me come back over here. I want you to take a look at the case studies. Whoops. Yeah, go to maxneigart.com/bootcamp and register. We've got new scripts. We have new strategies, new tactics. And again, it's all designed to help you all get the most out of your position on Facebook and LinkedIn. For those of you that are here for the first time and you want to lock in my best training program, go to maxsteingart.com/90-day challenge and use the promo code BEST DEAL. You get into 3 boot camps, February, March, and April. Give yourself time to master it and learn it, and have a lot of exciting new things that we're going to be introducing in all of our boot camps moving forward, in all of our advanced classes moving forward. And I have 2 openings in my coaching program. So if there's anybody here that's either an existing coaching student that wants to some one-on-one help, send me a message on LinkedIn or write to support@maxsteingart.com, and we'll have a chat, and we'll get you back on the schedule. But I just have to tell you, the people that do not tap into LinkedIn are missing the boat. If you're not talking to 10, minimum 10 people a day, and with AI, you can set it up so that a chatbot is talking to 20 people a day, doing a lot of the initial connections, initial follow-ups, and then you work with the cream. Tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, it all starts.
Max method, built to last. Social selling, scaling fast. Calling the father, the go-to name. Max Steingart, he changed the game.